Now, I've been fortunate and blessed to see many different parts of the Philippines. I've been able to travel to different areas and things like that. And I can tell you, I mean, the country all over, it's a pretty beautiful place. But for most of my 11 years living there, I lived in Davao City. Davao is my home. Always has and always will be. Can't lie to you, won't lie to you. And I love Davao because for those of you who are not familiar with Davao, I think it was ranked number 7 as one of the world's safest places, and one of the world's safest places. From what I can remember, I don't know its actual rank or anything like that, but pretty safe. I can knock on wood if I had some, but the whole time I was there, I never had any issues, no problems. Nobody ever tried to rob me, thank God. I mean, I never had any issues or any problems like that whatsoever. And to be honest with you, I would have to accredit the safety in Davao City to one person. I'm going to be honest. He was the mayor for 20 plus years in Davao City. His name is Rodrigo Duterte. Now, I don't want to get into politics. That's not my thing. I don't want to talk about it. Some people have some negative things to say because he is the current president of the Philippines. I'm not getting into that. I'm just letting you know that I feel personally the reason why we were safe where we were at was because of him. Just going to be honest. That's my personal opinion. Now, currently, his daughter, Mayor Inday, Sarah Duterte, is the mayor there now that he's the president. And his son, Paulo Duterte, shout out to them, he is the vice mayor of Davao City right now. And from day one since I've been there, man, it's been the safest place that I've ever been. I mean, in Manila, I can tell you right now, true story. We were out on the street. I mean, I think this was like the first time I visited Manila in a few years. First time on the street ever. I went outside because I was about to catch an FX, which is like a small car, small taxi for everybody to ride in. I was about to catch an FX. There was a lady in front of me. I saw a guy run right across the street, snatch her purse. Just snatched it. Just snatched it and ran. Right in front of me. Like literally, she was maybe 5, maybe 6 feet ahead of me. Just snatched it. Just snatched it and ran. She yelled. I don't know what to do. I'm not about to chase the guy. Because no sooner than he snatched her purse, there were probably 3 other guys trying to track him down and, get him. And they called him. And they beat the brakes off of him. They beat him down the middle of the street. I kid you not. They beat him in the middle of the street. And then they called the police. Gave the lady back her purse. She went on about her business. We went on about ours. So again, this happened my first time in Manila after being gone for like 5 years. And I'm not saying that Manila's not safe. I'm just saying that I've never had nor seen any of those experiences while I was in Davao. All right. Now, again, most people are scared. They're like, oh no, Davao's in the Mindanao area. Mindanao's got all these conflicts and issues and oh my God. But relax. When you're in Davao City, you're cool. You're good. Outside of Davao City, I can't speak for it. I mean, there are certain areas like Panabo and Tagum and Compostela Valley, Nambutaran, Surigao del Sur, places like that. I still think that those places are pretty safe. But once you travel towards, I want to say that's the Del Sur region of Davao, going towards Cotabato, north and south, Digos, Jensen, past those areas, I'm not gonna take my chances, nor will I allow you guys to take your chances going to those areas because I can't personally say that your safety will be intact going to those outside areas because those areas are high in conflict. I'm not talking about Jensen and Digos, but in Cotabato areas, and there's also an area which is like a long way away, maybe 8 hours away, called Zamboanga City. No, again, this is no disrespect, but those places I would not necessarily say are safe for foreigners. They have been prone to kidnapping and things like that. So anything outside of Davao City I can't speak about. I hear stories, but I can't really personally speak about because I've never been there and I have no plan to go there. But inside Davao City, you're relatively safe. I mean, now don't get me wrong, Davao's had its issues before, but they were very select issues. There was once that bombing, God rest the souls of the people who, had to deal with those, that tragedy that was really, really upsetting. I mean, that happened literally just before I left, maybe a few months or a year before. So, that was really unfortunate. But before that, we've never had any situation ever, to my knowledge, that was really on a large scale like that one. So, again, Davao City to me is relatively safe. I spent the majority of my time there. Again, back and forth between there and Manila. I got to see Cebu. I've got to see other places. But as far as Davao, like places that I would recommend you go if that's where you want to hang out, they have Samal Island. If you're really into going to the beach and you have that beach lifestyle, it's definitely a place that I recommend you go. If you like nightlife and partying, Davao shuts down about 2 a.m. So if you want to drink and have your fun, buy all your alcohol, go to your house, have a party there. Or if you think that you can get all your drinking done before 2 a.m., go ahead and do it at the clubs. But after that, clubs do not sell alcohol after 2 a.m. It is what it is. I'm not a big drinking guy, so it doesn't really bother me. But I know that some of the foreigners, they be complaining. I've seen foreigners complain about, oh man, the club shut down at 2 a.m., man. What am I supposed to do What am I supposed to do after that? I don't know, man. Just, grab a companion, get your beverages from the local convenience store and just go have a party, I guess. That's what I recommend. I mean, personally, I don't like drinking out in public anyways, but anyways, that's a personal thing of mine. But yeah, man, Davao City's dope, man. It's the best place I've ever been. Truly safe, never had a problem. And if you're going to travel to the Philippines, I would definitely recommend Davao as a place for you to kick it. Go there, have the time of your life. I mean, don't get me wrong, Manila is like the melting pot for most foreigners. I mean, they kick it there. They have the time of their life. I don't really think there's any curfew. Oh, and also one thing that you need to know about Davao is smoke regulated. So if you smoke cigarettes and things like that, you have to smoke in the designated areas. They're not allowed inside of malls, and they're not allowed in some restaurants and stuff like that. So you're not allowed to smoke if you're into cigarettes and stuff like that. There are only certain places that they will allow you to smoke. And I agree with that 100%. So I don't smoke cigarettes, so it doesn't bother me. So, these are things that I'm just letting you know. If you're going to Davao or if you want to try to go there, you should know these things in advance so that you can prepare yourself, because there are penalties and fines for smoking. And, if they catch you drinking after 2 a.m. in public, I don't know, there could be a problem with that as well. And I just want to protect you and keep you from getting into issues and problems. Because I've seen many foreigners get in trouble. Many get in trouble for violating the rules. I said, just because you're a foreigner, man, don't mean you're going to get away with everything. I promise you that. So I wouldn't test the government. I would not. So again, come to Davao. If I had to think of any other places inside of Davao that I recommend you go, we got Samal. Said that. Samal Island for the beach life. They got so many different beaches. Out in the outer parts of Samal Island, there's like a ton of different places you can go hang out, ton of different places where you can chill. Samal, that's Samal, Samal Island. Oh man, but in the Philippines in general, there's a million beaches and places to hang out. But as far as in Davao, Davao's really chill, man. There's not really, I mean, there's a lot going on, but as far as, you got your malls, you have your different nightlife hangouts and stuff like that. They have Matina Town Square, where you can hang out at night, listen to live bands and stuff like that. It's pretty cool in Davao. You also have the night market, Davao Night Market. Now, again, that was where that one incident happened with the bombing, but, since then it's been pretty safe. The security there is absolutely on point. I mean, they're in full force out there now. I mean, you can't walk 2 feet without you seeing somebody in task force uniform and their guns, which makes a man feel very, very safe. So I'm 100% cool with that. You go to the Davao Night Market, you kick it there. That's where they have all the Filipino delicacies. They have the fruits. They have the meriendas, the fried chicken. What was that? The crispy chicken nails. They have fried intestines. I mean, they have all types of stuff, man. They have what they refer to as dirty ice cream, which is homemade ice cream. Why they call it dirty, long story. But they have their own. Davao's just Davao. I mean, it has its own beauty, its own luster, its own, its own style. I mean, it's nothing like anywhere that I've ever lived before. As far as the Philippines or anywhere that I've ever visited before. I mean, I've been to Manila. Again, Manila, super, there's like 100 foreigners there, so it's almost like, there's not really much of a difference. But in Davao, there's still a lot of foreigners, but there's not as many. I'll say that. Cebu, I've been there, other places like that. But for me, Davao's for me, man. I mean, to the day that I die, man, that's the place that if I retire, that's probably where I'm going to end up at. If I make enough money, I'm going to probably have, a house in, not a house, but a condo in Manila as well. If that's in the plans for me, we'll see. But for the most part, you'll catch me in Davao, because Davao is home, baby. I said, and I can't speak highly enough about it. I really can't. Again, you have to realize that the Philippines is a third world country, but there's a lot going on. Stuff is relatively cheap. Even health. I mean, like if you get into like a health issue, some people may be questionable about the hospitals, but for the most part, they'll take good care of you. They have good hospitals there to take care of you, for basic stuff like the flu or like, something random. I don't know about serious diseases personally. Thank God I haven't had any issues like that, but for the most part, the hospital take care of you and it's relatively cheap to get in and out, So, again, mabuhay. Shout out to Davao. Love you. Peace.